what we're going to try and do now, and we are coming back, so these pictures have to stay on the wall because they are an immensely valuable reference point for us. So they stay there, and we're going to do a couple of things when we need to go back to them. But one of the critical things we need as an organization, because you're all here in the room, something is also working. Yes, we're working in complex, messy, challenging situations. There's miscommunication, misalignment, all sorts of things, but there's also stuff that is actually working. And in fact, listening to some of your stories here, I'm just gobsmacked and amazed when I look at some of the stories on the walls at how adaptive you are. So you know, and that's brilliant. That's true social entrepreneurship, by the way. When something breaks here, I pivot and I do something else somewhere else. So and that's what some of the stories that have been emerging here, which is absolutely brilliant. So I'm wanting to move to here and a little bit of here if we've got time. Let's see, but mainly to the area of process. And the reason why I want to move to process is that process is a fundamental way of capturing the work. I'm going to try and skip ahead to a whole lot of slides that I don't want to look at just now. But building an end-to-end process actually explains those activities that you're currently doing as a set of tasks in a workflow. It's normally got a natural sequence to it. And from that base, understanding your enterprise, your organization, as a set of workflows enables you to look at it quite critically, or to look at it and say, this is working, and to unpack it at that level. So those of you who have got professional degrees should have at some stage been introduced to Deming, the man who says all performance problems in businesses are not a function of people, but it's a function of your process. It's stuffed. It's filled with redundancies and other challenges. But you can't even say that if you don't even know what it looks like, if you haven't kind of just drawn a couple of boxes that said we do this first and then we do that and then we do this. So what we want to do now between now and lunch is to actually capture what's working. And maybe don't make it too hard, but maybe even look at as a set of processes, because it helps you to reinforce that. So we're going to be focusing on that as our main activity between now and lunchtime. But I want you to just talk a little bit about that. And then from process, by the way, we go to role. But we won't have time to do that now. We'll do that tomorrow. And then we're going to go back to your pictures and your rich pictures and work out where we want to intervene in this picture to move our organizations forward. Where the opportunities are sitting, and I can see lots. When you share your stories with me, I can just see the opportunities popping out. But we'll do that tomorrow. But role, obviously, when we talk about role, I always say, who's got to do what work and why? If you've got a whole series of processes that have already captured how your work works, it is the best way to start, because then, well, we'll ring-fence this into a role. Okay, what skills do people need to do those 4 tasks? Can we give them whole process end to end to own, so they start and finish that element of work that needs to be done? And that is why process, if you can document it in the simplest of forms, is so valuable, and why we're going to do it now.